Hey everyone, welcome back. Apologies, it's taken a while to get another video out to you. I've been enjoying some holiday time. And obviously, while on holiday, I took my trusty Kindle device with me to enjoy some stories in the hot tub. And one evening, while soaking in the glow of the setting sun, a thought came to me. What's better, a Kindle app or an actual Kindle device? And I further thought that that would make for an interesting video. So, two things. Firstly, it's obvious I can't stop thinking about making videos. And secondly, I made the video and you tapped on it. So, here goes. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice, it's quite obvious, particularly when you lay down the tablet and the Kindle Oasis down side by side and you start tapping, is one is quite wobbly and the other is not. Well, that's because the Kindle Oasis hasn't got a flat back, whereas the tablet has. You obviously don't have this problem with a number of other Kindles which also have flat backs, and you won't especially have that issue with the Kindle Scribe, which has 4 rubber feet on the back to stop it sliding on the table. But I don't think this is an issue because, let's face it, you're not going to be reading your Kindle laying on a table generally. Most people, if they're able, will pick it up and will hold it like a book, and you'll probably do the same thing with your tablet as well. You probably hold it up and hold it like a book. So not a big deal, not a crazy start. Okay, although the Kindle takes a short while to wake up, the tablet takes a few more taps to get where you were in a recent book. You might even have to search for the app if you have a disordered tablet like I do. Now at times, usually after an update to the Kindle app, I can find myself logged out for no reason whatsoever, and I've got to go through the process of logging in again, which for me, and I'd recommend for you too, also includes using two-factor authentication. So it's a bit of a faff. I prefer having that extra bit of security, but if you're just logged out for no reason at all, it's a bit annoying have to go through that process to get in again, whereas obviously you don't have that with a Kindle device. With a tablet, you're greeted with a home screen showing off all your books and comic covers in all their colourful glory. The Kindle, not so much, it's all grey and ugh. Now, if you use a Boox e-ink colour tablet instead of something like an iPad, you'll get colours, but from what I've seen, they still look a little washed out, undersaturated, almost pastel-like colours. Now, if the font size isn't your liking on a Kindle device, you can quickly change it by the now usual finger moves of pinch and open on your Kindle. Try that on your tablet, and here my iPad, nothing. You've got to tap the top, tap the AA button, scroll left and right with the volume-like user interface, and you'll see the size change in real time, and then tap back out. So quite a bit of a faff just to change your font size, but I guess once you've done it, you've done it. If you want to read your book, like you're scrolling a web page, the app has a continuous scrolling option. You get nothing like that on the Kindle. Now, reason being, because I would imagine this would be quite ugly to pull off on an e-ink display. You'd have a ton of ghosting and you'd have to refresh the whole screen once in a while, which would probably put you off on your scrolling. In the opposite direction, you can tap a button to enable a skeuomorphic look. So skeuomorphic is where you actually create something digitally like it is in the real world. It used to be the big thing on iPads and all kinds of operating systems back in the day, but they've all kind of moved on to this kind of flat design now, but you can still get that skeuomorphic look of actually turning a page. Again, not something that's really achievable on a Kindle device. Also, depending on the size of your tablet and font size, you obviously get a whole lot more text with a larger tablet that even the Scribe can't compete with. If you look here, you have my iPad, which is it's a 12.9 inch, so it is the biggest. Compare that to my Kindle Oasis and even the Kindle Scribe, you can see you get a lot more screen real estate. There are similar options in both the Kindle device and the Kindle app. If you tap the AA button and the More option, except with the Kindle, you also get book mentions options, which probably comes into its own when reading more academic type books so that you can check the research. Wordwise is an option that's also missing from the app, which is a feature to help the reader understand better unfamiliar words or phrases. Interestingly, in this section is also another place to change the brightness of the page when using the tablet, not so on the Kindle. Under Layout on the tablet, you get the option to change the page. I quite like the sepia looking colour, and I guess the other colours may help those with reading difficulties. You have to manually change the orientation of the Kindle device in settings, but of course with most tablets, such as my iPad here, simply turning the tablet on its side will do that for you. If you're using a tablet or indeed a Kindle Scribe, you're presented with 2 pages at the same time if you do this. With all other Kindles, if they can change orientation, you simply get a wider reading area. Interestingly, under themes, both the Kindle app and the Kindle device have an accessibility feature called Low Vision, which makes the words bold and changes the font. I think this change is much more pronounced on my iPad, but it is nice to see this on both. Both the app and the Kindle device also have the option to use Open Dyslexia font, which, as it suggests, is designed to help those who struggle with dyslexia and other reading difficulties. Other than the few differences I've listed, most of the other options here seem to be the same. When selecting text to highlight, the app is ahead of the device, but I think that's a constraint of grayscale e-ink. When selecting text to highlight, the app enables you to change the highlight colour, and I think it simply looks nicer and it's more obvious than with the grey ink on the device. Also, when tapping the share icon when you've highlighted a text on the tablet, you're presented with some stylish options to actually share the text as a quote, which then you can do all the usual share options, including saving as an image. And this simply isn't there on the Kindle device. On my Oasis, I only get the option to share via email or to Goodreads, and it's literally just the text, no fancy graphics. The tablet also enables you to copy the text if you want to paste it elsewhere, such as a word processing document or into your notes. With both the tablet and the device, you can make a note attached to your highlighted text, and with the Scribe, you can obviously make a handwritten note. And see my previous video for more on that, and link will be in the description or on the screen somewhere now. Both the app and the device let you use something called X-ray, which is a way of finding out more about the book and specifically the page that you're on. It lists the characters' names and where they appear on the page, as well as explaining the terms used in the book to help you get under the hood, so to speak, of the book and gain more understanding. I admit this is a feature I don't use and I often forget about it. On the Kindle, a quick swipe from the top gives you all the major options. Airplane mode, Bluetooth for listening to audiobooks if your Kindle has that feature, dark mode, manual sync, and an option for more settings. On the app, these options aren't there, as they're system-wide options you would enable on the tablet itself. And so again, no auto brightness nor warmth settings on the app, as these are on the tablet settings. Now your eyes won't suffer when using a Kindle device. The screen isn't lighting up your face, it's lighting up the words on the page, which makes it an ideal bedtime companion, particularly when you enable dark mode. I've used an iPad mini and yes, it's comfortable to hold, but you're still dealing with a screen that lights up the room, even if you do have the option of taking away blue light and maybe darkening the screen a bit. Now, there are no options on the home screen of the iOS app to buy Boox. It may be available on the Android version. It'll suggest books you might like, just like the Kindle device does, but on here, you're only able to download a sample or add it to a wish list. You have to finish purchasing the book on the Amazon website or on a Kindle device, and I guess this is to avoid paying the so-called Apple tax. Now, depending on the tablet you're using, everything does feel just that bit slower on the Kindle device than it does on the tablet. But then I think this is part of its charm and is in fact a strength. A Kindle device is just for reading. It forces you to take your time and simply focus on the one thing. The tablet, on the other hand, unless you turn off all notifications and enable airplane mode, it's always encouraging you to do other things. And even with everything turned off, there's always a temptation to flick off the app and quickly check social media, emails, or other messages. Not such a problem with a Kindle device. Now, I've read the comments of my other videos that this notification distraction problem just means you need to develop self-discipline. It's no secret that most of us are easily distracted, and it's probably no surprise that companies like Apple and Google are actively promoting ways to switch off and live in the moment. They all want to look good, don't they? When it comes to choosing an app or device for your literary content, notifications, distractions really come into it. Yes, books, comics, covers, highlighting and quotes do look great on a tablet, but for the real book-like experience and distraction-free reading, nothing beats a Kindle device. Plus, you can't beat the convenience of being able to read in the bath. So that's my verdict. A Kindle device over a tablet. What do you think? Are there features I've missed or that you didn't know about? Let me know in the comments. Now, before you go, I'm going to ask, would you consider signing up to my newsletter? I send out a weekly article on all kinds of tech-related and creative-related topics. And talking of subscribing, please subscribe to this YouTube channel too. It takes time and effort to create these videos for you to enjoy for free. So a sub, a like, and even a share would make it really worthwhile, especially as I'm trying to grow this new venture. So links to my newsletter and other ways of supporting me are in the description of this video. Until my next video, stay connected and let's build a community together.